Am I the asshole for telling my sister she wasn't always the chosen one? Before my brothers and I were born, my mom had a child with an old boyfriend, Penny. Her boyfriend, Penny's bio dad, didn't stick around. My mom then met my dad when Penny was 3 and they got married. My dad adopted Penny. My mom then went on to have me and my brothers with our dad. Growing up, Penny was always the apple of my dad's eye. He gave us all attention, but he always went out of his way to make it equal. Around the time she entered her teens, Penny would make the joke, "Dad was stuck with you guys, but he chose me," or refer to herself as the chosen one. My brothers and parents always thought it was hilarious. I thought it was obnoxious. If our brothers and I were ever discussing what traits we didn't get from Dad, Penny would break in with, "I didn't get anything from him except his last name, because I'm the chosen one." Now, we're all adults, and Penny still trots that out from time to time. Recently, it came up when my siblings and I were out with our partners for drinks. One of my brothers has a newish girlfriend, so she wasn't aware of Penny's store. Penny was telling it, shoving in that she's the chosen one. I admit I was a little drunk and I said, "Chosen by our dad. But you weren't chosen by your first dad, huh?" Penny got a hurt look on her face. My brothers told me that was uncalled for. Even the new girlfriend was looking at me like I was a douche. I said this story is just getting old. We've all heard it, and it's a little ridiculous. My boyfriend ended up calling us an Uber and getting me out of there. Well, of course word's gotten back to our parents and they're pissed at me, saying I was rude. I said Penny was just being obnoxious. Am I the asshole? JFC, yeah, obviously you are the asshole. Penny's joke might be annoying, but it's obvious she's overcompensating because being abandoned would cause such a big insecurity. If you had a legitimate issue you could have discussed it privately, not drop a nuke in the middle of a family dinner. Penny definitely needs to STFU about the whole chosen one thing, but you were really cruel. Yes, that was an asshole thing to say. For context, I'm the chosen child and also eldest from a prior relationship of my mom's. My dad adopted before marrying my mom and having another child, my sister. I always felt othered regardless of what anyone said or did. I imagine that her constantly remarking on being chosen is really just a way to reassure her own self that she fits. I am sure it sucks hearing her say it all the time, but I can tell you it's likely half the amount of times that she felt like she didn't fit in that family. Some of us wear scars that you can see and some you can't. You should have brought up that it hurt you long before, while you were still kids. You should have made it clear you weren't okay being put down to make her feel better. But yeah, no, this was an asshole thing to say. Your parents should have been more on the ball and nipped this in the bud. Especially because unless you and your bio siblings were all oops babies, your dad did choose all of you. You are the asshole. I guarantee Penny says that only because she was made to feel different growing up and it's her way of reminding herself someone wants her around. You are the asshole. Maybe she's annoying, but you were just plain cruel. Am I the asshole for not wanting the puppy my boyfriend bought for my birthday present? For context, I, 27F, have always had pets, dogs, cats, even birds that fell from their nests. I also rescued and rehomed tons of animals, but I've never kept a male pet. My mom didn't like them because of the whole peeing everywhere thing, and I guess I just got used to only having girl pets. Plus, I love using my dogs like pillows, and I'll admit the doggy boy parts that are always a little too present makes me uncomfortable. Anyway, I've had my dog, let's call her Luna, since I was 17. She's my baby and she 100% rules my life. She's not really friendly with kids, other dogs, or most men, but she at least kinda likes my boyfriend, 31M, of 2 years. So, my birthday was a couple weeks ago. My boyfriend told me he had a surprise, but it wasn't ready yet. Last Friday, I came home from work and found him in my apartment with a 2-month-old-ish German Shepherd male puppy that he bought, complete with a balloon tied to its collar that said, "Happy Birthday." He smiled and said, "Do you like him? He's our new son." I was shocked. The only words that came out were, "Where's Luna?" He had locked my dog in the bathroom because she growled at the puppy. I was furious. We argued for about 2 hours. I told him to take the puppy back with him and not to come back. He yelled some more and called me a misandrist before leaving because apparently not wanting male pets equals hating men. He also said I was weird for being uncomfortable around dog peepees. When I told my friends and family, everyone sided with me. However, my boyfriend keeps sending me videos of the puppy, saying he doesn't know what to do with it since his apartment doesn't allow pets, especially one that would grow so much, and begging me to take it, just until he finds accommodations. He says I owe him because he spent so much money on the puppy and was planning the puppy to live with me anyway. But I don't want the puppy. My current dog definitely wouldn't accept him, and in the videos I can already see how destructive he's becoming. On the other hand, the poor puppy is innocent in all this. Should I just suck it up and keep him with me until my boyfriend We technically didn't broke up yet, find somewhere else to take him. Also the puppy represent everything I don't want in a pet. I feel like he just bought himself a dog but don't really want to take care of it, so he acted like the puppy was my birthday present. So, am I the asshole for refusing to accept the puppy? Should I just take him in for a while? Blank. Edit to clarify some things. Some people seem to think I'm obsessed with dogs' genitalia and lol, I'm not. The issues with the puppy ranking are: 1. I don't want another dog because I have a dog. 2. I don't want to raise a puppy ever again. 3. I don't want to own a dog that was bought. 4. I don't like large breeds. 5. I don't want a male dog because I prefer female dogs. The only reason I included that I don't like dog penis is because I don't want to have that in my house. I don't lose sleep over it, but I prefer the smooth belly female dogs have. What I told my boyfriend was something along the lines of, "You disregard everything I believe in a pet to the extent that you even brought a male dog when I told you it wasn't my intention to even own one." Then he called me weird and misandrist. That's the only reason I included that part in my post, but in my attempt to keep everything short I didn't include all that. And for the people telling me to grow up and say penis, there it is. I wasn't sure if I was able to say that. My only knowledge of Reddit were videos on TikTok with a bad gameplay of Subway Surfers in the back, so there's that. If you want me to clarify something else, please let me know. And one but not the only reason I don't particularly like male dogs, it's because my uncle had one male Rottweiler. Very aggressive, and one time at my grandma's house he jumped me. I was like 5/6, and tried to hump my face with his red socket all out, and yes, it freaked me out. My grandma had to get rid of the dog after that. She had a large property in another city, there is where they took him. Because nobody wanted their kids near the dog after that, so there it is, the backstory. NTA. Pets are not gifts, and for him to be so irresponsible and think he can just buy a living being for someone else is insane. He's clearly impulsive and selfish. At his old age? Run lol. Not the asshole. Get got. You. A puppy that will be, both, of yours. But you are the one that had to house, feed, and train it. He wanted the dog and wants you to do all the work. He can easily find a great home for the dog. Don't let him guilt you. He bought the dog. He can take it back to the breeder. A person should never be given a surprise gift of an animal. This is a discussion that needs to be had before the pet is purchased or adopted. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. The dog penis or lack thereof is irrelevant. You don't give someone a living thing as a gift without thorough discussion, and locking your current dog in the bathroom of her house that he doesn't even live in is beyond the pale. Not the asshole. He bought himself a puppy and expected you to take care of him while he gets to visit SND play and leave. Am I the asshole for not congratulating my bro on his engagement? I 32F have an older brother 45M. We used to be very close when I was younger, but drifted apart in the last 5 years when I moved out of state with my husband. We both moved to having job offers and couldn't say no. While I was getting my things in order when I was moving out of state, I noticed that I was still attached to a credit card that my brother had with both our names on it. And it had a balance of $5,400. He said he would take care of it and I would be able to remove my name from it. CC company said till the balance is paid off, my name will still be attached. Well, fast forward 5 years later and the balance is now over $8,000. My credit score has gone from 802 to 612. I work hard and pay my bills to maintain a good credit score. He on the other hand had a great job, and was left with an inheritance of $250K when his first wife passed away in 2019. He could have paid it off back then, a long time ago. He told me that he is getting married about 3 days ago, and I haven't responded to him. I don't even know his fiancée, never met the lady. But now my mom is telling me that I am in a hole for not congratulating him, when he is so happy after losing his wife. So am I the a-hole for that? I think he's the bigger one, to be fair. Update. Okay, so let me add a little more detail. I haven't used the card in over 5 years. He kept using it and making payments until he stopped December 2024, January 2025. That is when I started getting notifications about my score decreasing. He told he closed the account and settled with CC Comp to make small payments, and that was 2 months ago. My score decreased again today. He has not responded to my text or calls. I bought a new house and new car in 2023 when my score was around 775. So things didn't start to get shitty till end of last year when he decided to stop paying this card. You should have said, congrats. Now, where's my money? Like, why are you not raising all sorts of hell over this? Why are you just letting him skate? You've let this problem persist for 5 years now. Sure, he's an asshole to you, but you are being an asshole to yourself by letting him destroy your financial reputation in this way. I'd pay it myself and then sue him for the money. I don't understand how you ended up having a shared CC with your brother, but if I were you, I'd be consulting a lawyer. You brother and mother are Oz. I would suggest that you call the credit card company again and demand that the card be cancelled so that no further debt can accumulate. That is what should have been done the first time around. By the way, your brother might very well have paid it off at some point, but unless the card was completely cancelled he would have been able to charge it back up again. Not the asshole. He tanked your credit and had the money to fix it. Congratulations are the last thing he deserves. It's taken you 5 years to notice he never paid off the card? You didn't stay on top of this. That's your fault. However, your brother is the asshole for not taking care of this earlier. Not the asshole. He chose to kill your CS over $8,000. At the rate it's going, you need to sit down with him and get your name removed from the card. He could get it to 10k 20k whatever and you would be stuck with it. For your CS to drop, he's not making payments. Am I the asshole for telling my roommate his girlfriend can't basically live with us for free? I, 25M, share a 2 BHK apartment with my roommate, Rihan, 24M. We've been living together for almost a year and things were smooth until his girlfriend, 22F, started spending most of her time here. At first, she'd come over a night or two during the week, no problem. But now it's like she's here 5 days out of 7. She showers here, cooks here, uses the Wi-Fi, sometimes even does her laundry in our machine. She doesn't pay a cent toward rent, utilities, or groceries. I honestly feel like I'm living with 2 roommates even though I only agreed to live with one. It's not even about disliking her, she's nice enough, but I feel taken advantage of. I'm paying half the rent and bills, while she's basically getting the perks of living here for free. I brought it up to Rihan and told him it's unfair unless she contributes or at least cuts down on how often she's here. He got defensive, called me stingy, and said I should be chill about it because she's basically family. I told him if she's basically family, then she can chip in like one. Now he's giving me the cold shoulder and making little comments like, don't worry, she won't touch your food. My other friends are divided. Some say I'm right to set boundaries, others say I'm making a big deal out of nothing. Not the asshole. Your roommate needs to realize that his girlfriend's actions are costing you money. It's not about being stingy, it's about you having to pay for his girlfriend's room and board. He needs to grow up, be an adult and a good roommate, and chip in more money to subsidize his choices. Not the asshole. 5 days is too much, it should be maximum 2 days a week. If she stays longer everything needs to be split 3 ways with you paying one part and roommate and girlfriend paying rest. Not the asshole. Either he or she pays her way or she goes back to being a visitor and stays once or twice a week max. She's using the energy, water and taking up space she isn't paying for. Defo not the asshole. Not the asshole. Report it to your landlord. Tell him you invited your cousin to move in, it's okay because they're family. Why is Rihan not spending half the week at her place? Maybe you should ask if you can move in a cousin or something, see if that sparks any understanding.